Welcome, Todd. We're so glad to have you here today. Do you want to just start? I know I said Todd, but you want to introduce yourself and what you do for the city?
I am Todd Sluder, and I am a Alderperson of Ward 1, and so I've been elected in May. So it's been about, 6 months, 7 months, somewhere in there?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah. So what is your day job, as it were?
So day job, I am a project manager, but on the restoration side. So I do a lot with restoration, storm damage, fire, water, mold, all sorts of things like that. Storm damage. We were known as we were known as Minold, but we merged into Blue Sky. And so now with Blue Sky, we kind of chase hurricanes. We used to be the local business. Now we're kind of a bigger, so we have like national teams that come in.
What inspired you to serve on city council?
I've always had a lot of mentors growing up that have given a lot to Washington, whether it's coaches, my father, being in a lot of schools. He was administrator for Washington for a long time. So he always showed up to Washington events, always did those things. I was a student cheering in the crowd, and I would see him doing his job. And to me, that's like giving back to Washington. So I always ask myself, what can I do to give back to Washington? And so this was something, I had a couple of people talk to me about it, and then my brother really talked to me about it. He kind of, pushed me. My wife did as well. But that's kind of what I kind of attribute to it, is just giving back to Washington. And then I've had a lot of mentors that have done the same thing to build Washington what it is, and just very grateful for them and the leaders that they were. So there's a few of them, so there's not just certain down to one person, but yeah.
How long have you lived in Washington, and what do you love most about our community?
I've been in Washington. I'm turning 38 this year, so I've been in Washington.
This year still, in December?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah,
I turned 38 in August.
Okay.
So.
Turning 38 December 23rd. So I've been there. I served a 2-year mission prior, so those are the only 2 years I have not been in Washington or here. WMS, Lincoln Grade School prior, then the high school. So I've always been a Panther, which has been really cool to kind of say that, not dividing or anything, but it's always been fun. Dig that in there. Getting a new school for District 52, so I'm excited about that.
Much needed.
Yep. What I love is there's a spirit about it. There's something that just brings me in. So I've lived in Australia all the way across the world, and I always, you miss home, right? But after the 2 years where I was at, it was pretty awesome. But when I came home, it's like, wow, like it's that feel. It's that, the white picket fence, a good family environment, where to raise kids, the sports, the Friday night lights, the band, the marching band, the concerts you get, the opportunities of going to the square and doing the simple things. I think a lot of people miss that. And when you go to a bigger city, you may get that in small areas, small segments of it. But I think Washington is just, it's throughout the city. The programs that are here are awesome.
Yeah.
You can't beat it.
Yeah. We've got some excellent sport teams, across the board. It's not like just one, but just across the board we do.
Yeah, playing sports growing up, we had some good teams and stuff going through, but here across the board, it's on every sports level, it seems like. And then not even just sports level, it's on the arts, it's on the band, the concerts, the music, the singing.
It's very supportive in nature. I think that when you get that support behind you, when you have strong familial support and community support, that's when you can build those types of things and the kind of atmosphere that we have here.
Yeah, absolutely.
What are some of your interests and hobbies outside of council?
A lot of times I find myself, I'm either at the gym or I am with church callings. We call them callings, but positions in the church. I travel a lot. I give talks and stuff once a month usually, where I go travel to different congregations. So both me and my wife are very invested in our church and doing that. I've always wanted to be a coach, but never had the opportunity. We don't have kids yet, so I've always kind of waited and see hey, if I have kids, but that's always something to always want to do.
So whoever's listening that has a position open, Todd would like to coach.
No, I've had people ask me in the past, but it's something that I've kind of held out just for that. But I play a lot of sports, and then just spending a lot of time with my wife. It's been good.
Nice.
It's been we do walks, we do different things. We like doing a lot of date night, like couple nights and stuff. We would go out with other couples and like do date nights and play games, and host and do like card games and stuff. So that's been fun. Oh, and the last one is I love Legos. I love collecting Legos. It's
expensive hobby.
It is an expensive hobby. Oh my! But no, I started younger due to my brother. Growing up, always collecting like the Star Wars ones. So I'm into like the Lord of the Rings and medieval castles. I like displaying them, so it's been fun trying to involve that in renovations at the house. So it's been cool.
You said Star Wars. I'm a big Star Trek fan, and
Okay.
they are finally coming out with a Star Trek Lego set.
Really?
Yes, it's
Okay.
going to be the 1701D starship.
Yep.
For anybody that knows what I'm talking about.
Very slightly.
It's real expensive, but
Okay,
I'm really
okay.
excited about that.
Okay.
So
Is that like equivalent to like the Millennial Falcon?
yes,
Okay,
kind
okay,
of.
okay.
Yeah,
All right,
there you
all
go.
right, all right.
So what's something about your role in council that surprised you once you got into it?
Well, I'll be honest, not a crazy amount has surprised me. Learning roles and things like that of other people and different aspects of it has been
Like the mayor and the people that work for the city, everybody's different roles and how they work together.
And I love getting to know people. So that my personality is I like to get to know people, names, and like the roles and what they do. So like for you, like what you're doing in communication is huge for us. Like that's what we really wanted, and you're doing an amazing job, by the way.
Thanks.
So, shout out. So role wise is like that's something that has been really unique for me to like understand and just comprehend.
And you guys get a lot sometimes thrown at you. We'll put the agenda together, and then you guys have to kind of review it in a few days.
Yeah.
Luckily, you have first readings and then a second reading, so you have time between
Yep.
those. But that first time that you're presented with something, you may have a lot on the agenda where you're
Yeah.
really having to kind of move through a large portion of information.
Absolutely, and sometimes it's good to you ask your questions in the public setting, but sometimes it's good to also ask questions outside, and bounce ideas off. Even with like residents and stuff like that, you ask questions.
Yeah.
Like, hey, what do you think about this? What's your thoughts about this?
And I know that you and Paula have done Let's Talk Ward 1 a few times, which is really cool. It's a venue where people in your ward can come and talk about the issues or maybe good, bad, ugly, all of those things that are going on in Ward 1. So how has that been for you?
I've loved it. So like working with Paula and doing that, it's just been cool to have the opportunity to come together with us two, and then having whoever wants to come bring their questions. I think you've been a part of the first one.
Yeah.
And then I think Chief Stevens was the second one. We plan to do these more, like every other month or so. We're taking it off for Christmas, so we're not doing it during that time of the holiday season. You get to meet people, and that's me. I love meeting people. And good, the bad, the ugly, like coming and bringing their woes or their concerns or their positivity, which I love, and bringing it in. It's like, hey, that's awesome that we're working on such and such or a project and such. It's turned out wonderful. Like I think the squares really turned out great, like with everything that's going on.
What kind of feedback do you wish that you heard more from the residents?
First of all, I love positive feedback because obviously everyone wants to hear that, of like the positive feedback, so like what's going great with Washington.
And the reason maybe to point that out is because generally as humans we have a tendency, if we don't like something, to speak up, and if something's going well we may not even think about it, and forget to say how much we love something.
Absolutely. And that's what I was kind of gonna go with is being cheeky. I love the positiveness and stuff, but like when a concern or things go astray, it's always great. And as human nature, that's kind of our first response is the negative. It's hard to share the positives because everything's going great, right?
Yeah.
What you said, and I totally agree with that. So like me, it's like I love to hear what's going on, problems we can fix. If there's concerns, they can't make it to a one of our meetings and like speak during the audience comments and stuff like that, then we can address it. We can bring it up.
What's your favorite local spot?
Ooh, okay. Actually, I had this conversation, it was like 2 weeks ago. I think right now, my favorite local spot is probably the Brick House. I love the Brick House where you're able to watch like sporting events, and then the food's really good. The atmosphere has always been really good. Their service has always been great. I love what they do with every employee that they have. Me and my wife always comment on that. So that would be one. Boom Margaritas is always good too. I just like those styles of things. Tango Roots, I've been there a couple times. It's a really neat place. It's busy, real busy.
Yeah.
I think like Brick House is like a kind of a hidden like kind of gym. Like people know about it, but they don't go all the time. But that's my viewpoint.
Yeah.
So, what's your favorite one?
Oh, what's my favorite local spot? Man, you're putting me on the spot.
Yeah.
I love our town, and I know this sounds like a little bit of a cop-out, but we do have a lot of just great little places. There's such variety. I am a frequenter of the coffee shops, the Blend and Fair.
Right.
I love coffee. Little things like the Book Nook that we have, fantastic places. Even the library. So I'm a big reader, so I adore the library and all of the resources that we have there. When you think about Washington's future, what excites you the most?
We kind of hit on it a little bit where things are going with sports teams, because it's part of me. It's how I grew up, but also band, continuous performance of the marching band, the concerts. It's been amazing. Kind of the culture that we're building right now, I feel in a way it's kind of snowballed in something bigger, that if we can continue it with you doing kind of social media, doing those things, getting the positivity out there, because we need it in this world today. Like, we really need it. I'm excited to see a lot of restaurants that are coming in a way, like, I don't want to say restaurants, but like small businesses that seem to be flocking to the square, which has been really cool to see. We've approved a few of them here recently to like renovate and stuff like that. I'm excited about that, because Square is like, it's like the heart kind of Washington in a way, and then what we're doing, Sunnyland Plaza, Washington Plaza.
For everybody,
I know.
We're gonna maybe the Sunnyland Washington Plaza, a hybrid.
I've grown up with both, so it's been fun. I think doing like the Christmas tree there and bringing it there.
It is nice to see both of those ends of town between the square and now the plaza. It kind of like tie us all together.
Yep, I have a lot of friends down there, and they still live over there and stuff, and I'm getting great vibes about it. I would say future, I would love to see different things come more to Washington, but also keep the hometown feel, the small town feel a little bit.
What kind of businesses or establishments would you like to see more of?
Well, I've kind of hit on a couple of things. I actually felt like McIntyre talked about it. He kind of
a sports complex.
I would agree. Yeah, I would agree with that. Tenfold. Like I would agree with that. Where you can host not even just sports events, but you can do, I keep hitting on it, but like the marching band, or you have schools, you can have things like that. You can have concerts in the dome. Things like that.
And it already makes sense, as you touched on earlier, for the culture that we have here, because we put so much into, especially our children and their efforts in sports and in marching band and music. It's something that does make sense for the community and the culture that we have here in Washington.
Absolutely. I think that's huge. You kind of just said it best there. It's just with all of the clubs and the sports teams and things growing up from little kiddos, T-balls, and doing things, why not have something like that can help benefit the community and do things, especially during the winter where things kind of get shut down. Yeah.
Do you have any parting words for us today? Any last and final thoughts? Be
inspired to do good. Be inspired to do something nice for somebody, whether they know about it or not. My parting words is do something of an act of kindness. Just serve, just be able to support one another through these holidays. Those who maybe not have a place to go, or those who don't, always do family activities or something like that.
Reach out.
But reach out, support. We need more positiveness in society today. And I just really want the community to do it. We do such a good job of it, but just kind of reminding people, hey, it's the holiday season. Let's do some act of kindness. Like, let's just serve.